What do I keep saying? What do I keep saying every day? Pacers money line. It keeps paying. It keeps paying. I said this at the beginning of the postseason and that Cavs series, and I keep saying I said it in January. The Pacers were winning the East. We were gonna get rich off that Cavs Pacers series. And what are we doing again? It's a money glitch. Vegas today has finally learned. Okay, they have made the Pacers the favorite to beat the New York Knicks, and we're fine. That's okay. But they keep underestimating this team, and honestly, I think they should be bigger favorites today than they really are, and we'll get to that in a few moments. But guys, this whole Pacers thing, it did not come overnight, okay? I don't know if anybody's really questioning the validity of my Pacer, my Pacer hype right now. But guys, I've seen this for a while. Guys, I was at Pacers games last year. Now, I wasn't in the state of Indiana this year, but I was there for this. Here's me marking out over a Tyrese Halliburton 3. Okay, got my camera. I was there for that last year, and I saw something. The Rick Carlisle, pace style of basketball is crazy. And look at him now. 2 games away from the NBA Finals. Now, I am recording this video before Thunder Wolves Game 3, so hopefully the Thunder won that game, and we're on track for a Thunder sweep. I've been saying Pacers in 5 this entire time. I'm starting to think Pacers in 4. Because honestly, guys, can the Knicks win in Indiana? I don't think so. So we'll talk about everything in a second here, folks. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions and best bets here on the channel. Every day, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, our MLB best bets. And it's probably already up here on Greedo Plays MMA, our weekly UFC predictions this week. Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber from the warehouse known as the UFC Apex. Go make sure to check out that video on Greedo Plays MMA. Okay, so Pacers, Knicks. It's a tough one. Pacers money line. Pacers minus 130. I think this is going to come down to minus 120. The public, I think, is going to be on New York here. They're down 2-0. Again, I'm making this video, before you can see the public, where this is being betted at right now. But I do think this line's going to swing back to around minus 120. Just because Knicks are backs up against the wall. There are way more Knicks fans than Pacers fans, and people just want the Knicks to win. Okay, so people are going to bet with emotion. We have never bet with emotion with the Indiana Pacers. Totally. We have not bet with emotion at all. All right, I'm just betting on winning right now with the Pacers. Game 2. Okay. Kind of what we thought was going to happen. I said after game 1 happened, I said, all right, Pacers win. They barely get by. That's fine. They had to come back from behind. But I was more encouraged by Indiana. You could take away from that game 1 and say, okay, well, the Knicks played a really good game and Indiana just came back and the Knicks choked it. Okay. The thing I took away from that initial game 1 was the Knicks played almost a perfect game, just like the Cavs did in game 2 of the semifinals against the Pacers, and yet they still lost the basketball game. And on top of that, they played through one of the most demoralizing endings that you could have played through, obviously, with Nesmith hitting 5 3-pointers, Halliburton hit the game tying 2, and obviously the Pacers taking over in overtime, right? After the Knicks scored the first 4 points, by the way, and could have scored the 6th if it wasn't for the Miles Turner block. Game 2, Indiana was very lackluster in the first half. I think on the post-game show, Charles Barkley was kind of overplaying it to the point where he was saying, it was like the Pacers didn't want to win the game. It was just Siakam. Okay, it wasn't all that. Yes, Siakam did score 20 of their 50 points, but in the first half, Nesmith hit some shots, Nembhard hit some shots, Tyrese was non-existent, but I don't think it was all that, okay? Second half happens, Indiana just takes over the game. Yeah, the Knicks had their runs, but the Pacers really put them away. The Knicks did try to come back at the very end of the game, but Jalen Brunson pulls up from almost the logo. The Pacers have made it very clear they're not fouling up 3 points. They didn't yesterday, they didn't today, and yet Brunson took a rush shot and took a bad shot, and the Pacers get the rebound, Miles Turner, and ultimately they win the basketball game. Now, I've been waiting for a Pascal Siakam great performance, and we finally got it in game number 2. We've been waiting for it. I've been saying all along, he's been not that great. He's their all-star. You wouldn't know it by watching the games so far in the playoffs. Siakam's their all-star. Tyrese is their all-NBA player. Just made his 2nd consecutive all-NBA 3rd team, which is amazing. Shout out to LeBron, by the way, for the 2nd team at 40 years of age. Who's doing it like LeBron? Anyways, had to sneak that in there. Regardless, though, right, Siakam finally had his game. 15 for 23 from the field, 3 for 5 from the three-point line, 39 points. I will say the Pacers need to be better from the free throw line. I know they only missed 6 shots at the line, but like Siakam, I know he went 6 for 8, but like, dude, let's go. Let's be a little bit better. Miles Turner was missing some too. It's fine. They'll be okay. But Siakam finally had his night. He really did. And I think it was Charles Barkley. I'm going to take again what Chuck said, and he said this very true. Siakam will not let a smaller guy guard him. And it's true. He's just going to elevate. He's going to take his shot, and a smaller defender just won't be a presence to him. Because, again, he can just rise above that, and Siakam will still play his game. He's either going to back you down or he's going to fade. Similar to my next point, Jalen Brunson. Okay. I made this very clear the other day, and I'm going to say it again. Yeah, I don't know how I feel like Jalen Brunson is the most unguardable player at times in the NBA. You can just look at his final tally of 13 for 27. Guys, where would the Knicks be without Jalen Brunson? You can say, oh, where would the Pacers been without Pascal Siakam yesterday? That's fair, but like, it's not like Siakam's doing that every game. Some nights it's Neesmith, some nights it's Hallie, some nights it is Miles Turner. Where the hell would the New York Knicks be without Jalen Brunson? He'll catch some crap for not hitting that three-pointer and taking a bad shot at the end of the game. That's fair. They wouldn't have been in that spot. He was alone on an 8-0 run before that three-pointer. The guy's amazing. And I don't know why the Knicks don't do this every single time, if I'm being honest with you. Guys, Jalen Brunson took 27 shots in game 2. I'm so serious when I say this. He should take 40 shots a game. I'm serious about that. He should play, and okay. I have relentlessly gone after Tom Thibodeau's rotations all year long. And I've always said, once they get into the playoffs, they're going to wear out and they're not going to be able to play big minutes, right? Because they've been doing it all season long, okay? And Thibodeau, we'll talk about his rotations in a second. Like, he changed things up in game 2 a lot. But you're at this point in the season, you're down 2-0. I'm not joking when I say Jalen Brunson should play 45 minutes, maybe even 48, and he should be taking 40 shots. He is somewhat of a liability on defense at times, sure, just like how Tyrese can be a liability at times as well. Actually, that's going a little extreme. I don't think they're liabilities. They're just not great defenders. But no, he should take 40 shots. I'm serious. He should take 40 shots. Like OG Anunoby and Cat, let's dial that back a little bit. And that's what I said about game 1. I was like, all right, yeah, Cat was really good in game 1. Unlike what he was in the Celtics series, it looked like how he was playing in the Pistons series. I didn't think that was going to continue, and it really didn't. Cat has not been that efficient, let's just be honest. I mean, he played 28 minutes. Mitchell Robinson got more run in game 2 than he did by 1 more minute, and Thibodeau said, all right, like, Cat's a non-factor on defense, and he always, regardless of, okay, if the Pacers get a switch at any point in time on Karl-Anthony Towns, they're likely taking the three-pointer because he's just not going to cover that. He's not going to guard that. He's waiting for you to drive on him, or on a pick and roll too. He's going to go around that screen. He's going to wait, and he's going to leave the three-point shot open. It happened multiple times with Neesmith last game. It happened. Nembhard shot a couple threes over Cat in game 2. It might have only been 1, but no, I think it was both the Nembhard threes. I believe were on the lack of step ups from Karl-Anthony Towns. So that's fine. Again, you get rid of some of what you can do offensively. I know Cat didn't have a great game offensively in game 2, and he always, I'm not even going to try the voice, but when Cat, anytime he gets hacked, foul! That was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, right? I mean, you know the voice. I that was horrible, but regardless, right? Like, that's just how Cat plays, but he's a great offensive player at times. He wasn't great in game 2. No, offensively nor defensively. Now, they bring in Mitchell Robinson. Okay, that's great, but the problem you get Mitchell Robinson on the defensive side of the ball, he's going to be great with rebounds, obviously, right? Grab 9 of them. That's what he does. He can't hit free throws, as the Pacers have not gone to hack-a-shack Mitchell Robinson all series long until game 2. Very smart, which forced the Knicks to take Robinson out of the game in the clutch. And on top of that, happened late in the game as well. Tyrese Halliburton kicks to a wide open Miles Turner in the corner because Mitchell Robinson never plays the perimeter. Regardless of what he does, he's not going to contest the three-point shot. Very rarely is he. And if not, that's how you're going to get back cuts like, again, very different scenario, but that's when you're going to get cuts like Nembhard in game 1 in overtime when Halliburton found him underneath, is because, okay, Robinson's not guarding the paint now. He is on the perimeter. He doesn't guard the perimeter well, so if he is out there, okay, we are going to kick inside. But if he's going to play like Mitchell Robinson usually does, we're just going to find the open shooter. We're going to drive, and we're going to immediately kick because Robinson's going to contest everything down low if he can see it. So that was a huge three the Pacers hit in the clutch in game 2, was the Miles Turner corner three by the bench. It's because Robinson is just not getting over there. So you have a problem if you're the Knicks. On one side, you've got Karl-Anthony Towns, who's going to contribute offensively. He will have his games, right? But it's going to be a mixed bag at times, but at his best, he can be really good. You can get that, or you can get Mitchell Robinson, who is great on the boards. He's going to make you work, right? And we'll talk about Tony Bradley, I guess, in a second too. But both these guys don't defend the three-point line well. Not at all. And we kind of expect Cat to be better, obviously. Just being, I guess, the more agile player at times, because he just moves quicker than Robinson can, I believe. But that's just an all-around problem that New York has. And quickly, I will mention, I guess Thomas Bryant's kind of out of the rotation for now. The Pacers are going to go with Tony Bradley instead. I think that Rick Carlisle feels like, Tony Bradley gives them a better opportunity grabbing rebounds. Sure, I'm going to still make the case Thomas Bryant is better. I get it, Bradley is better, rebounds-wise. I think Bryant is better in those spots because he does give you an option from the three-point line. Tony Bradley's not going to shoot the ball. I don't know. I'm fine with either, but again, I think I'd still probably go to Thomas Bryant. But if you are struggling again with the boards with Robinson, okay, sure, go to Tony Bradley off the bench. He's barely played all season long, but that's fine. He was on multiple 10-day contracts. He's finally now on the team. It's okay. Thibodeau's rotations. I mean, okay, Josh Hart playing 29 minutes. Sure, they played a lot of Deuce McBride, and McBride missed a lot of shots. Let's just be honest. He hit his 1-3 early, and I'm not going to call it the Draymond Green effect, but when Miles McBride hits his 1-3 and the entire crowd goes Deuce, and he hits it, I know, again, this game's in Indiana this time around, but then he's going to start chucking them. And the same thing with Cameron Payne. I mean, what does Cameron Payne even do, guys? The Knicks should go to a 7-man rotation. Cameron Payne's unplayable. Carlisle keeps baiting them to try to play Precious Achiuwa, by the way. Like, every interview that Carlisle has, he's talking about, we still haven't seen Precious Achiuwa yet. Like, we gotta adjust if we see Precious Achiuwa in the game, which I find so hilarious. And other things. Mikal Bridges, we know he's never going to come off the court. Adebayo's going to play a lot. Brunson played 39 minutes. He should be playing more. And Cat and Hart are kind of just keep going in and out for Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride. And Jalen Brunson did sit out some big moments in the fourth quarter. I don't know. It's weird. I've criticized Thibodeau all year long, and I've always kind of criticized Thibodeau, and I think it's very valid at this point now. Indiana, again, bad first half, great second half. What can we say about this team? And guys, TJ McConnell, he knows one gear, and that is full go. It's the only way TJ McConnell knows how to play. I think TJ McConnell's 5 mid-range shots today is actually 4. He had 4 middies and 1 layup. That has to be talked about. Led the Pacers in bench points in this game with 10. Led the entire game in bench points with 10. You can't ask for a better role player than what TJ McConnell is, both on and off the court. You can't ask for a better guy. Ben Shepherd, who I've said at times has been unplayable, 2 big threes yesterday. He's been much better than Benedict Mathurin in this series by far, actually. Obi Toppin, who would have thought would be, other than TJ McConnell, the biggest bench player in this series for the Pacers. He's been excellent, Obi Toppin. And the starting lineup, I have no complaints. Miles Turner, great game. I don't care he struggled early. Miles Turner was very effective. Pascal Siakam, best game so far of the postseason. Aaron Nesmith kind of took a step back, still hit the big shots when they needed him to. Off that inbound after Tyrese got blocked at the rim by Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, rolled his ankle, which, by the way, that might be a factor too. Like, again, a guard can overcome that. Can a big like Mitchell Robinson overcome an ankle tweak? I don't know. They only get 1 day off. That might be a thing. Anyways, Halliburton gets blocked at the rim. Immediately on the inbound pass, they find Nesmith wide open. Halliburton just kind of shovels it to him, and Nesmith hits a corner 3. The shots that Nesmith hits only took 3 threes, hit 2 of them. That's big time. Nembhard, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. Again, Tyrese needs to be better. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, Halliburton had a great game 1, had a pretty bad game 2, all things considered. He said it himself after the game. Like, he said he needs to be much better in game 3. 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. 11 assists were huge, obviously. Look at that big play at the end of the game, right? Halliburton gets a rebound. Siakam goes running down the court, and Halliburton just outlets it all the way down the court and finds Siakam, obviously, and Pascal hits the layup. They're just such a tough team to deal with, man. They are. It's the pace. And we've said it, it's always going to create for problems for the Knicks, and it's only going to continue. So I've been saying Pacers in 5. I think it's Pacers in 4 now, guys. I think, again, knock on wood, that I got the Thunder Wolves game 3 right. I have zero concern that the Thunder are not winning that series. Like, for any reason, the Timberwolves win game 3. Okay, the Thunder are winning in 5. Regardless, I think we're going to see 2 sweeps. I think we are. And I think that should create for an amazing NBA championship. And I'm seeing discourse online on Twitter around Thunder fans. Yeah, guys, they're concerned about the Pacers. And I would be too, right? I'm a Shea truther. I'm a Tyrese guy. I'm a Pacers guy, okay? I've been pumping these 2 teams up the entire postseason. All right? I don't know. I still think the Pacers are going to beat the Thunder in a 7-game series. I think so. I really think so. But again, they got to get there first. And game 3 in Indiana, yes, there's the whole discussion. Okay, like, you know, when the Pacers came back home in game 3 of the semifinals against the Cavs, they did lose, and the Cavs actually beat the brakes off them. I think they've learned from that. And I do think the Knicks are demoralized, guys. I'm going to be honest. Like, I think they are. You haven't been to the finals in how many years? You haven't won since 72. You know, the whole city of New York's behind you. People paid $1,000 to just get in the building at Madison Square Garden to watch you play. And you choke game 1 and you just get beat in the clutch in game 2. And now you got to go on the road to Indiana. None of your fans are able to get there because a hotel is going to cost you, well, you're not even going to be able to find a hotel. I mean, the closest hotel might be in, God, I don't even know. Oh, I'm forgetting the names of the cities in Indiana, like the no-name towns. You might not be able to find a hotel until Columbus, Indiana, all right? Or, God, I would say Bloomington's cheap because I'll say Columbus, Indiana. That's like 2 hours away from Indiana. Like, that might be the closest hotel you're going to be able to find. I'm serious, because Indy 500's in town. Knicks fans are not going to be able to get to Indiana for this. Or at least it's going to be very difficult if you want to get to Indiana for this series. It's going to be all Pacers fans. I'm so pumped, man. They are going to dominate this Knicks team. And guys, don't forget, the Pacers went 3-0 last year in the playoffs against the Knicks in Indiana. The only game they won in New York was Game 7. They're going to win this game. And they are going to sweep the New York Knicks. I don't know how the Knicks keep up with the pace. And they have 2 guys who can score consistently. McCall played a really good second half. I'll give him that. But really, it's just Jalen Brunson. And I think this is going to happen. The Pacers, I think, will start doubling Brunson. Just leave Josh Hart open. If Josh Hart hits a 3, tip your cap. Make Josh Hart hit these 3s. If he doesn't, okay. You just keep doubling Brunson the entire game. They should do everything in their power to take away Jalen Brunson, because he is an automatic bucket in the mid-range. I'm not going to lie to you. It's insane watching this guy play. He's automatic. Not enough to overcome this squad, though. Pacers are too good. They're too good. They're too quick. They've got too many guys who can hurt you. I'm taking the Indiana Pacers to yet again beat the New York Knicks. I don't know when Vegas is going to learn. They're favorites this time. They should be 4.5, 5.5 point favorites. Guys, I think this is a blowout. I think so. It's in Indiana, right after the Indy 500. Everything's coming together for the state of Indiana right now. Guys, the Hoosiers are going to go back to the playoffs next year. They're going to go to Oregon and beat the Ducks next year. Just you wait. They're going to beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. Just wait for that. And the state of Indiana's back, all right? Everything's back. The Colts, oh, man. I know I'm wearing a Colts jersey, guys. I don't know what to say about the Colts. But the state of Indiana's back, all right? Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers, they are winning this game. And they, I think, are going to blow out the Knicks. They just outmatched the squad. And the Knicks don't have answers to keep up offensively. And that's a question I bring up with the Thunder. Just saying. But give me Pacers money line, Pacers spread. Let's go up 3-0, and we'll see you on Monday. On Tuesday for Pacers-Knicks Game 4, where the Pacers sweep. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Again, we can't get too excited yet. Again, gotta take care of business, but I think we're pretty set right now. I think so. Again, gotta take care of business. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba.